Hello, hello, hello. Today I am going to show you how to set up your very first consideration campaign. Hi, my name is Carrie from KMB Digital. I'm a Pinterest and digital marketing strategist. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I help you make more money with less hustle using Pinterest. So I'm finally doing a video. Consideration campaigns are pretty easy to set up compared. I've been running Facebook ads the last couple months, and with the iOS changes, super complicated. Pinterest ads, thankfully, are not too hard to set up, but it's like after you get things set up, what happens next? So let's get started. First of all, I have to say there's two most common Pinterest campaigns that are run. One is consideration. The other is conversion. Now, if you are new or newer-ish to Pinterest, take that finger off the conversion button. I have been preaching this. Pinterest, I think, did a disservice to business owners. They used to have a prerequisite that you had to have 50 conversions within a week before you could even run a conversion campaign. They took that away, and now a lot of people I have seen are running conversion ads that really shouldn't be running conversion ads. And this is even when they're getting help from Pinterest ad reps. And so from my experience, if you're new, you need to start with consideration and just forget about conversion. Now, I know conversion, a lot of people coming from Facebook, conversion means getting a sign up, a sale, add to cart, whatever that means to you. But you need to run consideration. Now, consideration used to be called a traffic campaign. And so that kind of is misleading. Yes, you are running traffic to a offer, but if people see your offer and they want it, they're going to buy it, right? It's like jumping in your car, driving to McDonald's, and then not purchasing, right? I mean, if you're there, you're going to do what it says. That's why we need a call to action on our page, whether it's a lead magnet or a sales page, whatever it is. You need to ask for the sale. You need to tell people what to do. And consideration campaigns are getting eyeballs on that page, and that is it. Conversion campaigns cost a lot more money. You're going to be spending more money while you're collecting data so that you can revise your ads. And so take the finger off conversion, think consideration. One of the things that you can do with a consideration campaign is if you're doing a lead magnet, for example, you're going to have the opt-in page, ask for the sign up, and then when it flips to the thank you page, you can present your offer. I would say anything under maybe $4.97, maybe, I like to think up to $97 is kind of the sweet spot for that. It's like an easy impulse buy. People don't really think too much about spending $97. Or you can put it in the form of a tripwire where it's, let's say you have a $197 product, and then for these 12 minutes, you're going to put a countdown timer on it. For these 12 minutes, you can get it for $97 and kind of add some urgency to that. Either way, you can present an offer and then use that money to cover your ad spend. That's one thing that I suggest. Consideration campaigns, if you have any question, they do work. One of my clients, Esther, I have done a case study video. You can also sign up and get the download at casestudywithkarrie.com. And this is a client that I've been working with over 11 months. She has added over 41,000 leads to her email list, resulted in over $500,000 in sales just in the last 11 months. And she is using consideration campaigns. So yes, they do work. So let's get started on setting up your first consideration campaign. There's a few prerequisites that you need to do. If you are familiar with Pinterest, you should probably already have these set up in your account. One is to claim your website. If you don't know if that is done, you're going to go into your settings, or you can look at your profile and there's going to be a check mark. and your URL will be clickable. That means you have claimed your website. You're going to want to get rich pins set up if you don't have them, and you also need your pin tags set up. There is information on Pinterest's own website how to do it. Usually the pin tag goes where your Facebook pixel is on your website or on your funnel, wherever it may be. The base code, as it's called, when you want to set up a pin tag, you're going to get the base code. You're gonna, if it's on your website, you're gonna want to use like Pixel My Site, put the base code across all of your website. If you're specific to a funnel, you're gonna wanna put it on the front page of your funnel. And then you are always going to have that base code on every single page. So if you have just, an opt-in funnel, which is the sign up page and the thank you page, you're going to put the base code on both pages. Then what you're going to do is you have what they call an event code. An event code could be a sign up. It could be a add to cart. It could be a purchase. It could also be, add to cart. Page visit. So like I like to put on the very front page the event code page visit, so I can see how many people land on the page, and then I do a conversion, or not a conversion, a sign up, and then I'll be able to tell how many people landed on my page versus how many signed up, and learn the conversion of that opt-in page. And so you want to make sure there is a tutorial how to do this. If you need like more in-depth like videos, if you have my course Pinning Foundations, or you can purchase it at pinningfoundations.com. I do have a module on installing your pin tags. There is a Chrome extension which they tell you about, pin tag helper I think it's called, and you'll be able to test it to see if the pin tag is actually working on your page. So once you have those things set up, you are going to need keyword research. We're going to set up an easy campaign, which is by using interests and keywords. Interests they should really be relevant to whatever your product is. There aren't a ton of interests in Pinterest, so you may or may not have an interest. I'm running ads usually about Pinterest marketing. I do not use interests. I specifically use keywords. And so you should know how to do keywords. If you don't, check out Pinning Foundations. But you should have a list of a minimum of 25 keywords that you're going to use for your keyword campaign. I like to use around 100 if you can, but depending on your niche, you may not be able to find that many. I usually just have mine like in a Word doc or a Google Doc so that you can just copy and paste. The one thing when you're looking for keywords, you're always going to pick the obvious. You're going to go to the search bar, type in keywords, and then anything that drops down, you can use those. You want to think of how is a person going to search and have you come up in the search. And so you need to kind of come from different angles of how people can search for you. Like one of the examples I like to use is like a chocolate cake recipe. Can they find you chocolate cake, chocolate cupcakes? Could they find you like through a sugar-free chocolate cake, gluten-free, chocolate desserts? I mean, like all the different ways that people are going to find your product. And so you can create that list, and then you're going to want to create your pins, and then we are ready to set it up. We're going to go there now, and I'm going to do a walkthrough. All right, and now let's get to setting up your consideration campaign. You're going to go up here under ads and then create an ad. It's going to already be highlighted consideration. And then I don't usually need all that. I do like to keep the date. And then you can just name it whatever you want. Something that you're going to remember, obviously, when you come back. So give it a campaign name. The budget, typically I like to start with $20 per day. Hit continue. And then targeting details, you can up here change the ad group name. So again, pin ads case study. So for me, usually I do something similar. You are probably not going to reconnect with this. You are going to want to find new customers. And so over here, you can hit select. You could, when it said reconnecting with other customers, you can upload an audience list, which is if you have an email list, you can upload it and you could create an act-alike audience. But this is just a simple consideration campaign where Pinterest is going to go out and find new customers for you that match certain criteria. You're going to get the demographic information back, but you're going to basically have a list of keywords that you're going to try, and then interests as well. If there are any that cross over, for me doing Pinterest marketing, usually there isn't. So we're going to go to keywords and interests. You can see this. So there are interests here. You can click on any of them. They do have the little arrow here, so you can pick if there is something similar that would fit in your niche. For me, there typically isn't, as far as like Pinterest ads. There's nothing like marketing, sales funneling, anything like that. So what we're going to do is going to add keywords. So here you're going to start out. Previously, you would have done research for keywords, and I like to keep them in a Google Doc or a Word doc, whatever is easiest for you. And then basically you're just going to highlight everything. And then you're just going to, oh, that didn't work. There we go. They all show up here. There are 135 keywords. You could, if you are, these are all keywords that I had personally gone in and researched myself, putting in search terms in the box at the top in the search bar. If you're maybe in a niche that it's harder to find, or you need more keywords and you can't really think of any, like I just typed in Pinterest, so I could add best of Pinterest, like Pinterest tips. I could add DIY Pinterest, I guess. So there's a few things that you can add. And then this does tell you, you can use this for your organic search as well to know how many searches there are. So once you have the keywords in, you're going to go over here and scroll down. Demographics, for me, I usually target women only, just because that is who I choose to target for my business, but you can obviously pick men too, because that is a growing demographic. So I have female and then unspecified. You can do all ages or pick specific. Usually I'm doing this for my demographic. You would adjust it to yours. All US locations, or you could pick specific countries. You could do postal codes for different countries as well. I'm just going to start out with US, since most users are in the United States, and that's where my audience is. For languages, it says all languages. You click up here, unclick it, and I just pick English speaking. And then devices, I leave all devices, but typically after a couple of weeks when I get data back, I do start to uncheck after I look and see where my traffic is coming from. Usually I do uncheck iPads, Android tablets, and then one of the webs will not get a lot of traffic, so I will uncheck those later on. The ad placement is, you want it in browse and in search. So this is if someone searches on the top, or if they're browsing in a feed, your ad's going to be both places. And then you want to keep this at automatic bidding. And then all of your pins, you would have any pins that you wanted to promote, you would have already loaded those into Pinterest. added in, uploaded the pin, add the URL, title, description, all of that. So I'm going to go to here. Otherwise, you're going to just pick the board. So I'm going to do Pinterest ads. This one, the best practice is to use at least 2 images. I like to do 4 normally, but this is, for example's sake, I'm just using 2. And then you can click here, review selected, and then you'll see both of these are the pins that I chose. And then I do like to just name them like pin 1 and pin 2 so that they are easy to go back and look at. When you have 3 to 4, you're going to basically, it's a race. They're all going to go out, and Pinterest is going to put them all out in front of your audience. Pinterest users are going to pick which ones they like. And so after a week to 14 days, I'm going to come back and look at the 4 ads and then turn off which ones are underperforming. And by that, I mean, I look at the CTR, whichever 2, or maybe it's just 1, because maybe 3 are going neck and neck. And then I just turn off the ads that do not perform well. And then once you have those chosen, you're going to choose the red button here, which says launch. And then they're launched. So you're going to see them over here. You'll see, this is the one I just did. So here we go. It's going to show there. And then the ads. Why are the ads? Oh, the ads are not showing. Don't freak out. They are probably in the pending stage. Yep, they're in the pending stage, which is why they didn't show up. And then this is where you're going to find them to get your results. Do not touch your ads for at least 7 days. I know you may be tempted, but just walk away, come back in 7 days, and then start narrowing down ad creative. And then I wait 14 days to start narrowing down the targeting, which you would do here. Thank you for watching. All right, was that sort of easy? Tell me. Drop me a comment in the link below if you thought that was pretty easy. Once you get the hang of it, you need all your pieces done first. Once you claim your website and get pin tags set up and rich pins, all that, that's only going to be done once unless you create a new product. Then you're going to have new pin tags. But all that other stuff, you do it once and it's pretty much done forever. Now it's going to go. I want you to run it for at least 7 to 14 days. Then what's next? I will be back with another video. In the meantime, this is where people get stuck. Consideration ads are easy to set up, no doubt about it, much easier than Facebook. But there's so much more after that. You need to know how to read the analytics. What do those analytics mean to your next step? Are your ads performing? Do you need to change ad creative? Then you also need to optimize. So if you are getting signups, but you want to get more, you need to know where to go in and optimize by demographics, keywords, etc. And those are the next steps. This is where people need hand-holding, and this is where I am offering you the chance for a small group coaching program with some one-to-one feedback. My new group program is called Pin Ads Accelerator. You can go there and check it out. It is 10 of us getting together. There will be a weekly assignment to do, and then we will have a weekly group call to answer any questions around that content. And then we are going to have bi-weekly one-to-one calls, you and me on Zoom, getting my eyeballs on your ads. And so I would love for you to join me. And so that way we can turn you from the Pinterest noob to the Pinterest guru. You'll be able to set these up easily and repeatable and really drive ads to your evergreen products. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them beneath this video. Thanks a lot. Bye.